Good morning, evening, or night, wherever you may be. My name is Dan. I don't think I ever said that last time, but in case you don't know, my name is Dan. And we're going to go over to see if we can find the Rodin coil and reverse or inverse Rodin coil using the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence, if you're not familiar with it, is the sequence where you add the previous two numbers to get the next number. And this creates the golden spiral in which you see in nautilus shells, sunflower seeds, the spin of the galaxy, and many, many other places. Okay. I'm taking my information from Robert Grant. I think there's other people who discovered this. But using Mod 9 math, when you go around 24 numbers, the number repeats. So we're going to write down the 24 numbers that go around with Mod 9. Okay? So the first number is 1, of course. And then 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 1 plus 2 is 3. 5. 8. See, 8 is 13, which is 4. 12, which is 3. 7. 1. 8. 9. 9 plus 8 is 17, so I get 8 again. Same thing. 8. 7. 6. 6 plus 7 is 13, so 4. 1. 5. 6. 2. 8. 1. And of course, 9. Okay? Now, if you don't quite believe me, you could do it the long way. Okay? Get the number of the sequence. You have the addition of the number. And here are the numbers beside it. Now, if you want, you can pause the video and go through the math yourself, but it's the same thing. Remember, in Mod 9, you add the total digits together. If you still get 2 digits after adding all the digits together, you add those 2 digits together. And after 24 numbers, it repeats itself. Okay? Now, if you remember last time, okay, I drew it on the same Metatron's cube. By the way, this is Metatron's cube, if you can see behind here. If you notice, with the Metatron's cube, when we originally had the nonagon, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then when we found the numbers in between, we got 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8. Notice that the numbers in the previous one look very familiar, especially the ones in the circles. 9, 9, 3, 3, 6, and 6. Okay? So in here, we have the same thing. 9, 9, 3, 3, 6, and 6. So it kind of makes you wonder if the same pattern will hold and what we will find. Okay? Obviously, this doesn't use the doubling sequence because it's a whole different set of numbers. But let's draw the pattern anyways and see what we can find. And you might find this very interesting. Okay? Doubling sequence went from here, then went down here to 8, then back up here to 2. These should be crossing here. Again, I don't use a ruler because it would mess everything up. Okay? Cross. And of course, back down to 8. Then back up to 2. Now, this is off, of course, because I'm not using a ruler. But notice something interesting that happens. 2, 5, 8. 2, 5, 8. Well, where did we see that before? We saw it in my rings of numbers, if you remember. Okay? Two or different iterations of 2, 5, 8. Whereas see 2, 8, 5 is right here, and the different iterations of it. Also the different iterations of 1, 4, and 7. Okay. Also, hold on. Well, I can't seem to find the other one right now. We'll use this one. If you remember that we have 1, 4, and 7, 2, 8, 5, and the different iterations of that. Again, 1, 4, 7. So these numbers keep popping up over and over again. Right? But we didn't see 1, 4, 7 yet. Can we still find it? Well, let's find out. Okay. So it's right here at 1, where we start the opposite. So we have 1, 7, 4, 1, 7, 4, and 1. So we have repeated the exact same pattern. Okay? This will make it easier to see. Okay? We have created the exact same pattern as before. Here's the first one, without the triangles, of course. And this one is with the triangles. We had the same thing over and over again. And once again, it creates this Pisces. And this Vesica Pisces works out perfect. If you draw a circle, if you take the center of a circle and make this the radius, you get a circle right here. Same thing if you made this the center of the circle and that the radius, you get a Vesica Pisces right in the middle. Same thing if you did it here. Okay? Exact same thing. Now, what's really interesting, oops, made a little mistake there. It's really interesting with this bigger iteration is that we also have these 1s and 8s. Okay? Right here. Now, if I drew a line here, they would make their own perfect equilateral triangle. Same thing with the 1s. But since we go back and forth, rotating, it is my belief and opinion that it goes like this. Okay? Remembering that these are the 1s, and these are the 8s. Which equals 9. Okay, 1 plus 8 is 9. So it makes you wonder then if there is some force in between these lines that separates the other two. Because you have this line going down here, and then you have this line, and it's right in between. Between these two lines, you have this one, between these two lines, you have this one. And it goes right in between the other lines. Now, if you watch Robert Grant, I will try to remember to put a link in between. Before, he says that 2, 5, 8 pertains to magnetism, I believe. Sorry, gravity. And 1, 4, 7 pertains to electricity. So, or I may have it reversed. But you can watch his videos and you can figure out yourself. But what's really interesting, instead of getting the doubling sequence out of this pattern, we get these numbers of 2, 5, and 8, and 1, 4, 7. And we saw those patterns again in... I'm so sorry. I wish to be more organized. And this pattern right here. Okay? Except this has a different orientation of the triangle, as you remember what I said before. Okay? So, to me, this speaks of a direct relation of electricity and gravity. And it makes me come to the conclusion that if magnetism can have two polar opposites, a north pole and a south pole, then would it stand to reason would gravity have two poles? Magnetism has a duality, then would gravity have a duality as well? We all know gravity all pulls in naturally. But if we had the opposite pole of gravity pushing out, would that be the negative or south pole of gravity? So that makes me really think. So it's not exactly anti-gravity, as they say. It's just the reverse polarization of gravity. So with this inverse mechanism right here, and this is from the Fibonacci sequence, okay? This isn't my other sequence, okay? Where it inverses the Roden coil. This is the numbers 2, 5, 8 and 1, 4, 7 with 1 and 8 governing the middle of it. Why does it do that? And I believe that this is a significant find, okay? That within the Fibonacci sequence, within these numbers, so sorry, I wish I was more organized. These right here is the sequence. Now, if we follow it here, see if we can get it right. Okay. 2 and 5. Then it jumps down to 8. Okay. Which is 89. Okay. And then it jumps up to 2. Right here. Then 5. And then 8 again. And then it jumps all the way back to 2. Why does it do that? And of course, you can pause and write down these numbers and figure out the other sequence. But somehow, 2, 5, 89, 10,946, then 4,181, and then 377, And then back to 2 all has to deal with the 2, 5, 8 sequence. And of course, if we did the other sequence, it would be the 1, 4, 7 sequence. What is going on here? Okay, there's patterns within patterns within patterns of everything. But what is this 1 and 8 relationship? Okay, 1, 8, 1, 8. Okay, what is these relationships? So, if anyone else has any huge thoughts on this and how their relations of gravity and electricity can relate to each other, and how this inverse Rodin coil sequence, again, sorry for the line, that's my bad, that means nothing right there, but if this has to mean something, this has to mean something, this can't just be a coincidence. Okay, so thank you again very much for watching. I look forward to hearing your comments and ideas on what this could be. I wish I had the answer for you guys. I really don't, but to me this seems like a major breakthrough. I haven't seen anyone else do this with the Fibonacci sequence. I've seen people come close, but not this with the Fibonacci sequence. The Roden coil is here. Now, I will later do another video where we're right here. This one is an 18 ring, okay? This is a 24 ring. But what I was thinking, what is half of 18? 9, and what's double of 18 is 36. If you remember in the doubling sequence, it went 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1 times 9, 2 times 9, and 4 times 9 is 36. And I will show you, again, very interestingly, what a 36 number sequence is. And it's related directly to this. We'll use this to get the 36 number sequence. And this is the Fibonacci sequence. If anyone can figure out how to bring this back down to 12, I think that'll be fascinating. But when I try to do it, all I get is 9, 1, 3, 8, 3, 1, 9, 8, 6, 1, 6, 8. That's the only way I can figure out to get a 12 ring. And of course, then before that is 6. So, if anyone has any thoughts or ideas on that, I'd be really interested. Again, if someone else can figure out what this space here, that these two fields encompass, this Vesica Pisces, again, you can do a circle here and do a circle here, and you'll get the Vesica Pisces right in the middle of it. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Please like this video if you find it interesting. Leave a comment, subscribe, and keep on going, guys. And remember, curiosity is the father of knowledge. Bye.